Welcome back to your healing journey for cancer remission. I am Dr. Carolle Jean-Murat. If you're new, please begin with the Start Here audio. For those continuing the journey, today in episode 4, Understanding the Primitive Heart, Building Your Foundation for Cancer Remission, I will share a simple but powerful concept that explains how balancing your spirit, mind, and body creates the foundation for lasting cancer remission. Before we dive into today's session, let's go through the Dr. Carolle Instant Anti-Distress Method, DCIAM, so you can quiet your mind, calm your nervous system, and prepare your whole being to absorb what you're about to learn. Please close your eyes and focus on your eyelids. Relax your jaw. Let your tongue rest comfortably. Keep breathing naturally, inhaling slowly and deeply through your nose. Hold it as long as you can, and then let it out slowly through your nose. Use the pads of your index and middle fingers of your dominant hand to tap on your temple gently while saying silently or aloud, "All is well, all is well, all is well." Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Ready? First breath. Inhale slowly to your nose. Tap gently. Say, "All is well, all is well, all is well." Exhale slowly through your nose. Second breath. Inhale slowly to your nose. Tap gently. Say, "All is well, all is well, all is well." Exhale slowly through your nose. Third breath. Inhale slowly to your nose. Tap gently. Say, "All is well, all is well, all is well." Exhale slowly to your nose and continue to breathe slowly. When we talk about cancer, most conversations start with the body, the tumor, the treatment, the test results. But what if the root of healing lies far deeper? What if disease begins long before it shows up in the body, as a signal that something has gone off balance in the whole person? Whether you're facing a new diagnosis of cancer, you're in treatment, or seeking to prevent recurrence, I'm here to share what I've learned about true healing for cancer remission. Today, let me share a simple image I use in my teaching, something I call the primitive heart. The primitive heart, who you really are. Picture a simple heart made of 3 shapes stacked together. At the base, a rectangle. This represents your spirit. In the middle, a square. This represents your mind. At the top, a triangle. This represents your body. Together, these three parts make up who you are as a complete human being. And I add further, and the energy that holds it together, the cement, the rebar, is the energy that goes around you. Not just a body with symptoms, not just a mind with thoughts, but a spirit with a mind and a body, all three working together. When these three are in balance, you experience health, peace, and vitality. And that's what is happening to me at 74 in perfect health because I chose to do so. But when one becomes weak or wounded, the others begin to suffer. And eventually, that imbalance can show up as disease, including cancer. The foundation, your spirit. The base of your heart is your spiritual foundation. This is your connection to something greater than yourself. Your sense of purpose and meaning, your inner peace. Before you were ever diagnosed, before cancer ever showed up in your body, you were and still are a spiritual being. But here is what many don't talk about. The spirit can be wounded, and often it is, long before disease enters the picture. When we go through emotional trauma, childhood neglect, betrayal, abuse, abandonment, loss, it does not just stay in our memory, it gets stored in the spirit. And when that trauma is never healed, it creates cracks in our foundation. Through those cracks, toxic emotions seep in. Unforgiveness, bitterness, chronic fear, resentment, shame, regret, guilt, repressed anger, and hopelessness. Over time, those emotions affect everything: how we think, how we feel, and eventually how our body functions. Signs your spiritual foundation is weak. You live in constant fear or hopelessness. You feel lost or disconnected from purpose. You're surviving, not living. You feel angry at life or at God. Deep inside, you're afraid, even if you don't say it out loud. Most people try to treat their body first, but you cannot heal the body if your spirit is broken. If that base is cracked or unstable, the mind becomes anxious and the body begins to break down. Here is what strengthens your spirit: faith in something greater than yourself, whatever you call it, God, source, divine wisdom, the universe. This helps you remember you are not alone. Forgiveness, releasing the pain, resentment, and guilt you carry, not because the person who hurt you deserves it, but because you deserve freedom. Gratitude, daily acknowledgement of what you still have, even in hardship. Stillness, time to pause, to reflect, to listen to your inner voice. Prayer, meditation, journaling, using my DCIAM. Community, being a part of a spiritual community, surrounding yourself with those who walk in faith. Trust, believing that you are always where you are supposed to be, even when the path is difficult. Ask yourself these questions. What gives my life meaning? What keeps me going? What am I still here to do? When the spirit is strong, it can weather any storm during your healing journey. Now let's talk about the middle layer, your mind. Above the spirit sits the square. This represents your mind. Your mind is where you process thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and experiences. It's also where your nervous system responds to stress and distress. When the spirit is wounded, the mind becomes unstable. We begin to think in loops of fear, guilt, and anxiety. We believe lies like, I am not safe, I am not enough, this is my fault, nothing will ever change. These thoughts keep our body in a state of chronic stress and distress, releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that disrupt immune function, digestion, sleep, and even cellular repair. Most people with chronic illness, including cancer, are stuck in constant stress mode. Their bodies never get a chance to rest and repair because they're always in survival mode, fight or flight. This is why the DCIAM method you've been learning is so crucial. It gives you the ability to shift from the stress response to the relaxation response, the state your body needs to heal. When you can calm your mind, your body receives the message. It's safe to heal now. Signs your mind needs healing. Racing thoughts, especially at night. Chronic worry or catastrophic thinking. Feeling overwhelmed by emotions you can't process. Inability to rest or relax, even when you are exhausted. Replaying past traumas or anticipating future disasters. The good news is you can retrain your mind. Through practices like DCIAM, through releasing toxic emotions, through changing the story you tell yourself about your life and your illness. When your mind calms down, your body can begin to do what it was designed to do, which is heal itself. The top layer, your body. At the top of the heart is a triangle. This represents your body. It's where cancer appears, where symptoms shows up, where we feel pain, fatigue, and fear. But here's what I've learned after 4 decades of practice. The body is often just reacting to unresolved pain in the spirit and chronic stress in the mind. In many people I've worked with, cancer isn't the beginning of the story. It's the result of a long internal storm. Chronic stress and distress are responsible for about 80% of abnormal lab results and chronic diseases, including cancer. The body is speaking. It's sending you a message. The question is, are you listening to what it's trying to tell you? When you only focus on the body through surgery, chemotherapy, radiation, you may remove the tumor. But if the underlying spiritual wound and mental distress remain, the conditions for disease are still there. This is why Some people experience recurrence even after successful treatment. But when you heal the spirit first, calm the mind, and support the body with both conventional and holistic care, you create the conditions for true, lasting remission. That's why the people I see, they send them home to die. That's what we work on. And one of the things I tell them, you can eat anything you want. Don't deprive yourself and create more stress in your life. How the three work together? Think of it this way. A weak spirit creates an unstable mind, which leads to a sick body. But the reverse is also true. A strong spirit creates a calm mind, which leads to a healing body. This is why I emphasize emotional healing, forgiveness, faith, and stress relief alongside medical treatment. You cannot separate these three parts of yourself and expect to heal fully. Cancer doesn't just happen to your body. It happens to all of you, spirit, mind, and body. And healing must address all of you too. The role of DCIAM in restoring balance. This is where the DCIAM method becomes essential. When you practice DCIAM, control breathing, mind centering, affirmation, and tapping, you are doing more than just calming down. You are restoring the flow of healing energy to your entire primitive heart. You are calming the mind by shifting from distress to relaxation. You are strengthening the spirit through affirmations that remind you all is well. You're healing the body by giving it the rest it needs to repair itself. This is why every audio in this series begins and ends with DCIAM practice. Because without a calm mind, you cannot hear the wisdom of your spirit. Without a strong spirit, your body cannot fully heal. And without a healthy body, you cannot do the work your spirit came here to do, your healing foundation. So today, I want you to think about your own primitive heart. Ask yourself, is my spiritual foundation strong? Or has trauma left cracks? Is my mind calm? Or am I stuck in chronic stress, distress, and fear? Is my body receiving the message that it's safe to heal? If any of these areas feel weak, don't despair. Healing is possible at every level. In the episodes ahead, we'll dive deeper into each of these areas: how to release toxic emotions, how to forgive, how to rebuild your spiritual foundation, how to process grief and trauma. But for now, simply understand this. You are not just a body with cancer. You are a spirit with a mind and a body. And when all three are in balance, healing becomes possible. Thank you for being here today. Before you go, let's experience one more time the deep relaxation of the Dr. Carolle Instant Anti-Distress Method for Cancer Remission, DCIAM. My deepest wish is for you to release the fear and worry that having to deal with cancer brings. Please close your eyes and focus on your eyelids. Relax your jaw. Let your tongue rest comfortably. Keep breathing naturally, inhaling slowly and deeply through your nose. Hold it as long as you can, and then let it out slowly through your nose. Use the pads of your index and middle fingers of your dominant hand to tap on your temple gently while saying silently or loud, "All is well, all is well, all is well." Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Ready? First breath. Inhale slowly to your nose. Tap gently. Say, "All is well, all is well, all is well." Exhale slowly through your nose. Second breath. Inhale slowly to your nose. Tap gently. Say, "All is well, all is well, all is well." Exhale slowly through your nose. Third breath. Inhale slowly to your nose. Tap gently. Say, "All is well, all is well, all is well." Exhale slowly to your nose and continue to breathe slowly. Please use this method anytime you feel overwhelmed. The goal is to achieve calm and inner peace by the third breath. Thank you for listening today. My next audio, Episode 5, Finding the Root Cause of Your Cancer, explores how emotional trauma creates the conditions where cancer can develop. Please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. If you are ready to go deeper to release trauma, restore peace, and open the door to cancer remission, I invite you to visit my website, www.drcarolle.com, and explore my services, which include telephone consultations, exclusive retreats, books, audio series, and the opportunity to join me during my live internet sessions and healing concerts. You'll find links in the description below and in the top comment. If this video inspired you, please like, subscribe, comment, share it with someone who might benefit. And remember, healing is possible. Together, let's open the door to cancer remission. Click and keep moving forward, because your journey continues there.